If you want to cast a ballot for the November election, time is already running out with only just a few hours left to register to vote. 11 Alive Joe Henke is live in Marietta tonight at the Cobb County Elections Office. And Joe, election officials say that if you have voted in the past, you should also check your registration, right?
Well, exactly, Ron. They want to make sure that they have the most up-to-date information on file for you. Perhaps you just moved and you have a new address, for example. They need that so that you can vote. Today's the deadline to update that information or register as a new voter. But your options right now, they're dwindling. Usually you can go to a county election office to register, but the Cobb County one behind me, for example, they closed at 5. Usually you can fill out an application like this and mail it in, but it needs to be postmarked today. So unless you can find a post office that's still open at this hour, this option also off the table. Possibly the only way that you can still register or update your information is online on the Secretary of State's website. That you can do up until midnight tonight. In a packed elections office, future voters spent the lunch hour updating their voter registration or submitting a new application.
This is the busiest I've seen it since we really have kicked off this election season.
And Cobb County's election director, Tate Fall, says some ballots are already being sent out.
So today is also the first day we can mail out absentee ballots for regular citizens, non-uniformed overseas citizens.
But the most important item today is voter registration. Even if you think you are ready to vote, Fall says take a moment, head to the state's My Voter webpage, double check everything, and immediately update any old info. Fall says an old or incomplete address is a common error.
Making sure that you have your full address, so any apartment numbers, your full zip code, all that information is there. The easiest way is if you can provide your Georgia driver's license number. That's the easiest way for us to verify your identity.
State election numbers show currently more than 8.2 million voters are registered in Georgia, with over 1 million listed as inactive. Seeing inactive on your My Voter page might sound alarming, but Fall says you are still registered.
Inactive status, it's important to remember you can still vote if you have inactive, if you're marked as inactive. So that just means likely that we mailed you something, an official piece of election mail, a postcard, a letter that got returned to us.
If it was returned, though, because your address changed, again, you will need to update before today's deadline, in person, by mail, with a new application or online. And election officials are asking voters to be patient. Right now, they're taking in all those new voter registration applications and updated information, and that information takes time to process, so you might not see it immediately reflected or see yourself as newly registered online on the state's My Voter page. That could take a couple days, but Cobb's election director tells me they're working to make sure that everything is up to date by the first day of early voting. Of course, that is next Tuesday. Reporting live in Cobb County tonight, Joe Henke, 11 Alive News.
Okay, Joe, thanks a lot. By the way, he just pointed this out. Early voting begins October 15th. 11 Alive has put together a county-by-county voter guide for Metro Atlanta. There you can find what's on each county's ballot. You can also get information on how to check your voter registration status. It's all on the 11 Alive homepage. Just click on this story.